Oh, okay. I think I'm live now. This thing is really confusing. This thing is super confusing. I don't even know if it's live or not. It sounds like it's live. Okay, hold on. Let's see if you can see me. Oh, this is so cool. It's even translating, and you can see closed captions live. That is dope. That is super dope. Okay, it looks like it's working. Oh my god. That was very confusing, and I'm very sorry about that. It's always really weird. It's streaming is it's so chaotic. It's so it if I don't know. There's always something different happening, and there's always something that doesn't work. Um, and I love it. I love it because of that. I love it because it's so weird and I it unpredictable. But we're here, and thank you so much for being here. I'm just going to let's wait a little bit for more people to join us, and also please tell me, can you hear me? Can you see me? Is I think my connection is not that great, so the internet might not be the best, and I'm sorry. But look at this, I just got a new lens. So I'm pretty sure the background is super blurry, and it's really nice. Hopefully, it would be great if you tell us where you are watching from. Look more serious. Well, I was, yes, Tom. I was a little bit annoyed by this not working, and I was like very frustrated, and I was about to throw the towel. And but no, I'm okay, Tom. Tom, it's gonna be fun. Okay, we're just waiting for more people, to appear. We can hear and see you. Thank you, kid. Thank you for telling me. So, so today we're going to do something quick and fun. I think it's fun. I don't know. Like, I wonder if other people find it fun. I suppose you're here, so hopefully you also find it fun. It's just like playing around with Studio and just creating a very simple UI kit. Uh, there you go. From California, from Boston. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. Happy Friday night. Look at you on a Friday night here watching a live stream. I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you. You could be out at a bar, dancing, drinking, but you're deciding to learn. You're deciding to improve yourself with me. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So, Romania, Beijing. Wow, dude, this is, I don't know. You don't know how thankful I am. Anyway, I got a new program, so we can actually do really cool stuff like this. Number one, I think we can play music. Let's see if the music. Okay, that was the music. That was the intro music. It wasn't working. Like a minute, like 10 minutes ago, it wasn't working. I was driving insane. But that's the music. Let me just jump into this. So okay, we're gonna start. Let's see. How are we doing? From Poland, from Australia, Romania, Beijing. Thank you so much for being here. This means a lot. This is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, so today we're going to do something really really quick. Well, not quick. It's gonna take a while, but it's really basic, and it's just like that stuff that you do in the beginning to create a UI kit, and like from scratch. We're gonna go over the typography, the color, the icons. I've done this in the past, but I'm just like, let's do it again, Some buttons. And what is going to be a little bit different is you're going to be creating some different cards, like different types of cards that you probably seen them. It's a pattern that you might see, and I don't know, in websites and mobile design, just like the use of cards to say like there's something in here. You know, you tap on it and then it opens and it exposes more information. It exposes a product, it exposes something. You know, and these cards sometimes are displayed like in a grid and in a list, and there are multiple ways that you can put information in a card. Sometimes it's just like with a big image, and sometimes it's with just like small text or big text. Anyway, we're gonna create different types of those. I don't know but we're gonna start with the smaller stuff, just like the typography, the color, and I'm going to be showing some of my process on the tools that I use. So actually, let me show you some of the resources we're going to be using today. We're going to be using a Modular Scale just for the typography, like all the stuff about like starting with a baseline on the text and then going from there with a Modular Scale to put the sizes and the line height of or typefaces over fonts. Sorry. And also for color inspiration, this is a new tool that is out there. Probably you've seen it. It's called Picular or Picular. It's like Picular, but I don't know. It's pretty cool because it's kind of like you search something like a word and then it will give you colors. You can search for hot, you can summer, sand, I don't know, like love, emotions, and then it will give you some colors. They describe it as the Google for colors. So it's pretty cool. We're gonna try it today and see what kind of colors it gives us, and hopefully it's fun. So hopefully we find some cool stuff. Also, we're going to just check the grid calculator, just like to create a grid for web, for the stuff that we're going to use. Probably that's going to be the last thing we do, but it's good to take note. And also, we're going to be using a font, a typeface that I'm pretty excited. It's kind of new too. It's a free font typeface. I keep saying font, it's typeface. Pablo. Font is the sizes. Anyway, it's going to be multiple fonts of this typeface. Space Grotesk, and it's free, and it's like a sans serif, and it's pretty cool. It comes in 5 different weights, and it's beautiful. So we're gonna try it out. Actually, this text right here, it's using Space Grotesk, and like the name, it's like a sans serif, Grotesk sans serif. Font awesome, also for icons, for just like a couple of icons. Actually, those icons that are down there, those are the ones that we're going to be using. We're just going to add them to our system. This is like usually a UI system or UI kit might have a ton of icons. We're just going to create some of them. It's just like my process, like when creating these icons, so I can reuse them. And then, like once we put the colors and all that stuff, very important, we need to check the contrast on our colors. So is it readable? Does it have enough contrast so it's accessible? So that's really important, and we're going to check it. And we're going to be using this resource. It's not the prettiest resource. It's kind of ugly, but it's fugly. but it's really useful. So should we start? Oh, and by the way, yes, we're going to be using Studio for all of this stuff. So we're going to be using Vision Studio. It's a free design tool. Right now it's in beta, but it's almost there. You can, all the stuff that we're going to be doing today, it's there. You can use it for that. So yeah, it's going to be fun. All of this stuff is free, so you can follow along if you want to. And actually, hopefully you're already on these sites. I'm going to, right now, I think I'm going to share my screen. And give me 1 second. It's going to look weird in a second, okay? There you go. Now it's so weird. So okay, so here I'm looking at the chat. So all the people that are here, thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to leave that on the left, just so you can see yourselves there. Look at that. Now you're recorded. So thank you so much for. By the way, you don't know how thankful I am for you for being here. That's really nice. Really nice of you doing this on a Friday night or Friday morning, or probably Saturday morning for some of you. Okay, so this is the typeface. So you just go and download it. And I already have it downloaded and installed, but this is a typeface, and as I was telling you, it comes in 5 different weights. It's pretty nice. It's pretty cool. It's in 2 point something version, so they've been improving it. It's pretty cool. Also, modular scale. This is well, we're going to use that, and this is what I was telling you. They actually call it Google for fonts, for colors. Sorry, which is pretty cool. And let's just start by that. What do you think about it? Let's just start by just. I'm going to actually search for electric. That's the keyword today, electric. And look at that. It gives you some pretty dope colors. I really like these. I really like these 3. Look at that. That's it. That's what I want. But before that, let me go probably I don't know, forest, for example, or love. Let's see what love gives us. Let's look at all those very warm, colored, I don't know, like colors. They look like very lovely colors, and there's some oranges too, and that is really nice. Let's search for something else. Another anger. Let's search for anger. Wow, some of them I wouldn't. So I'm colorblind. So I all these look gray to me. I want to think that they're gray, but I don't know. These are obviously red. Happiness. Happiness. Am I spelling this correctly? Happy is. Look at that. Those are very seriously happy colors. I love them. Okay, let's go back to electric. Those are the colors that I want. And you could put, electric. It still gave me good colors. I'm liking this color. It might be too saturated, so probably we should go with this one. What if I copy to the clipboard? How cool is that? And I'm going to go back to Studio, and here's all the stuff that I was doing. And yeah, let's just start by, I'm going to add an artboard where I'm going to start adding all my crap. So I'm going to just copy this so I have a reminder of what the hell am I doing. Okay, so let's just start with color. Here I put typography, but you don't tell me what to do. Okay, let's paste it. There you go. We have our first color. So we probably want to have a primary color, secondary color, and just a text color. So let's choose our secondary color. Look at that. It's coming from this. Is that what's going on? Oh, it shows you the image. I see what's going on. Whoa, that's super dope. I hadn't seen that. I hadn't realized that. It just like makes the average color from those images, and then it just like shows you that. That is pretty dope. I'm telling you, that's pretty dope. I'm liking this one. Let's copy it to the clipboard, and let's go over here, copy the clipboard. And now, remember I was telling you that we need this stuff to be, what do you call it? Let's make it 8 so it looks nice. Accessible. We need to make sure, because since we're going to be using these colors for text, for buttons and stuff like that, we want to make sure that these colors are accessible. So, dos, tres, un, dos. Just want these to be nicely spaced between them. So I'm going to copy this color. I'm going to go to my contrast checker over here. Where I have it? Here. So here, I'm going to say that the foreground color, which is going to be the text, I'm going to say that is white. Okay, so I'm going to go all the way to white. God damn it. F, that's white. And then obviously right now my 1-to-1, it's not giving me a good contrast ratio. So let's paste the color that we have. It's passing. It's actually passing everything. It's failing this one, but it's okay. I mean, we could probably go a little bit darker if we wanted to. So if we wanted to pass this test, the AAA test, then we could go a little bit darker. I think usually we're going to be using larger text, so it should be fine. It should be fine. And then you can come here and edit this color as much as you want, which is, I think it's pretty cool because you can edit the the lightness of it too. And this is usually what you need. So, or you can come back and just like start editing this. Like you start editing and then you start seeing the actual results here. So look at that. So I start making this color, like if I go to the greens or yellows, these usually give you very bad contrast. Like it's really bad to use white on these, on all of these. It's really bad. It usually gives you really bad contrast ratio. So I recommend not using these colors unless you're okay going with really dark colors, you know? Then they will start passing, but then probably that's not the color you want. The ones that are usually really accessible are in the blues. I don't know if that's why a lot of websites use blue. I think obviously there's a lot of other reasons, but blue usually gives you very good contrast. So yeah, a blue like that usually will give you a very good contrast ratio. You want your contrast ratio to be, for it to be able to pass, you want it to be like 3.7 or what is it? Yeah, 3 point, it's going to fail right now. There you go. So around 3.2, 3 point something to 1, that's where it starts failing here on large text. So if you want it to be on normal text to pass, it has to be like around 5 or 4.5. There you go. So 4.5 contrast ratio, that's where it starts passing. So, okay, let's paste our color again. It's passing. I think it's good. So let's keep it. Let's check the other color. So this other color might not pass. Actually, probably dark text on top of this will pass. So we might actually want to make it even lighter. So we probably want to go around this. And then let's check our dark color to be, also I'm going to keep the same hue, probably just change it a little bit so it's a little bit more bluer here. And I'm going to go dark. Going to go dark and desaturate it. That's going to be my text color. So let's actually test that. I'm going to copy this guy. I'm going to paste it over here. Yo. And then I'm going to copy this color. Copy. And then paste. I know all this stuff sounds like boring, my friends, but this is the stuff that will guarantee that your designs are like that. Everyone will be able to read your text, that everyone will be able to click your buttons. Well, most people. It's going to be easier for people that have that for them is a little bit harder to read. So wow, this has amazing contrast ratio. So there you go. So black on that green, it's actually really nice. So we got, it's gonna look good. I think it's gonna look good. Okay, cool. So that's our first thing, putting the colors. We can probably make more shades of this if we wanted to. For now, let's just keep this. Later, we can add more. Let's start working with typography, okay? Right now, it's looking very sad. It's starting to look good. Look at those colors. They're so alive. They are pretty electric. It's electric. Okay, let's go to the comments, by the way. Can we use the sketch also? Yes, use a sketch, use Figma, use Paint, whatever you want to use, man. It's the same. It's the same thinking behind all of this. You can use the same stuff. And Indian designers, yay! Regine, is that how am I saying it right? Hopefully, I'm saying it right. Amazing resources. Okay, Lemon. I'm happy that you're enjoying those resources. Let's keep on. Okay, so we have a contrast checker. I'm going to close this. I'm having too many tabs gives me anxiety. Is that only me? I need to close them as soon as possible. Okay, let's go back to this one. I'm already done. I'm already good. I don't need it anymore. So let's go back to our fonts. Our font is over here. So I already downloaded this typeface. So all I have to do is go actually to Modular Scale. So this thing, will give you the sizes of different fonts, font sizes of your typeface that you're going to use by putting a vase here. You put a vase. Usually it could be 14 or 16 pixels, your base. Sometimes some people, some products go all the way up to 18. for now, let's just keep it at 16 pixels, and then you choose the ratio. And this will give you a modular scale. So the scale is going to be proportional. And it's actually, it looks really good. So you can actually see this, a preview of this stuff. And you can see how you start with your base at 1 EM, which is 16 pixels, and then it starts growing for different for uses. Like probably this is an H3, this is an H2, this is an H1, or you could say this is an H4, this is an H3, H2, and H1. And it's just like it keeps giving you all of these sizes. Probably you can go in your marketing, probably in your hero designs on the heroes of your marketing pages, on your landing pages. You could use something like this, but they work really well together, these sizes. And you choose a ratio, and then it just gives you the output of the of those sizes. Right now, I'm using augmented fourth. It creates this very balanced one, but you can go all the way to, for example, minor third, and it creates this like very subtle changes between the font sizes. But you can go, for example, one that is very popular is like the golden ratio, the golden section. So you can go like this, but I find it really, really big. It's just like too much. It's just like it goes from 16 all the way to 26, just like the next step. And I think it's too much sometimes. I don't know. But anyway, you can also use that one. I prefer, this is a preference. Any of these that you select is going to be fine, by the way. So it's all up to you. I like perfect fourth. So I can see the sizes here. I start 16, then 22, 31, 45, 63. I'm going to actually take a screenshot. I'm pretty sure there's a different way to do this, but I'm just going to take a screenshot, and then I'm going to copy the values over here. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm sorry, guys. That's me. I'm just like that, you know? And let me go back to Contrast by MDS works well. Yes, so Contrast by Matt D. Smith. I really love that app. I didn't put it here because it's not free. And to be honest, the other tool gives you the same results. The other one is very convenient, but if you don't want to pay $7 for an app, then you can just go to Contrast Checker on the web. And okay, cool. Let's go. But Contrast app, I recommend it if you want to have a very convenient app to use. I will recommend that. Okay, so let's just start with 16. This one is already 16. Let's just start with, let's call this paragraph. Let's headline 4. And this one is going to be, as we can see, we can round it. We can go to 22 or 23. I'm going to go to 22. I think 22 is good. 22, and then probably we want to 22 by 1.4. That's going to be my line height. This one is going to be 32. So it's going to be 32, and this one is going to be 32 by 1.3. My line height, not too tall. Actually, 32 by 1.3. Did I already say that? Yeah, 1.3. So let's round it down to 41. I usually like my headlines to not have a very big line height, because you want them to be, it's actually better if the line height is a little bit shorter. And on your paragraphs, your line height, usually 1.5 is good. So here, 16 by 1.5, there you go. It's 24. So what you want to do is take the size of your font, and then multiply it by the line height that you want to use. It could be 1.5, 1.4, 1.3. The higher, the bigger the headline, I would say go the lower the line height. So for example, this one is 3. Damn, this is big. I'm realizing that probably this should be yeah, these are too big. I'm sorry, guys. Headline 3. I'm probably not going to be using this because for cards, I don't think it's going to be necessary. But anyway, let's have it just in case. Headline is 45, and I'm going to go with 45 by 1.1. Yes, I know that sounds ridiculously low, but we can test it actually. We can test it by just like having a second line. Hello. See? It looks good. It looks good. I know it sounds like that's a crazy line height. It's too low. But no, once you actually see it, it's actually pretty good. It's actually good. I don't know. It's our brains work in a mysterious way, my friends. Very mysterious way. But over here, for example, small text. Hello, this is some small text. Then you want to have that space. If I were to go with 16 by the same 1.1, then it will look too tight. And this will not be very readable once you start like putting more. This starts getting not very good. So 24 is actually good. There you go. It has enough air. Okay, we're getting into. Oh my God, I deleted my headline one. This headline one is ridiculous, by the way. This is too big. We're not going to be using this at all. I don't think so. Not for cards. We're probably going to be just using these two and probably this one. But let's just have it just in case, okay? But no, we're not going to be using those. Then now, so I'm using space Grotesk. You can, let's do a label one. Label, I forgot about label, sorry. Usually this one could be, let's see, it's telling me 11. I'm going to go with, I think 12 is too small. 12 by 1.5. So it's 18. Let's keep it at 12, and we can change it later if we want to. I think it might be too small. And then we can change the color of it. By the way, yeah, let's add our colors to our palette. We didn't do that. I'm going to go to document colors here. I'm going to start adding my colors, my new colors. Look at that. So pretty. So pretty. Look at that. I'm going to put this one over here. Then I'm going to add white too, because it's always good to have white. And then let's add another shade of gray, probably around there, somewhere in the middle, but still that tint of blue. So nice. So nice, my friends. Look at that. How crazy good is this? Let's add another shade of gray, one that is really light. You need a lot of grays, my friend. A lot of grays. Well, not too many. Just enough. But then you want this one that is just enough gray. Just enough. Just a little bit. Okay? And then you add it. And then boom, now we have our palette. And let me change this so we have all our colors here. Look at that. How pretty is this? So nice. So nice. Nice. Okay, we have our colors, we have our text. It's starting to look good. So I was telling you about the weight. This is a preference. I like my headlines to be bold and chunky. Some people don't like that. The more contrast, the better. You know, if it's not a headline, why make it not look like a headline? If it is a headline, make it look strong, and that way you can distinguish it really quickly right away when a section breaks or where something new is happening. Anyway, just it's up to you. This is just all preference. I think there you go. Look at that. Should we add some labels to what we're doing here? Let's put a color. Oh my God. Let's do over here. Let's call this typography. Typography. It's already looking good, my friends. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's go to. By the way, right now we're just creating this, but there's going to be a point where we will want to start creating components with this stuff. So let me go back to the chat to see if you guys are saying something. Ralph Unreal, 1.5 as in EM. Yeah, you could say as an EM. It's usually you want to. Yeah, no, not really like EM. You're using a base, and the base is your font size, and then you're multiplying it by the line height, and usually it can be from 1.1 to 1.5. Those are the different ranges. I would say for paragraph you want to have 1.5, and the higher the bigger the typeface, the font, then I would say the lower the line height. So you calculate that by multiplying it, the base, your base size, which is the size of your headline or your paragraph, by that line height, by that number, sorry, 1.5, 1.4, 1.3. And then you get the line height. It's not really EM, because EM is more like your base. Anyway. Okay, cool. So if you have questions, please leave those questions there on the chat. I'll check them and I'll try to answer them later, okay? Okay, cool. So let's continue with icons. So for icons, I'm actually using Font Awesome. Font Awesome is, well, awesome. And they have a free version where you can just like download the font, and you can also download SVG files, which is what we're going to be using today. So once you download the SVG files, they're going to look something like this. They're going to look something like, oh, do I not have it here? No, where do I have it? Okay, let's download it. Let's actually download it, and then we can see, I can show you what's up. Oh, I do have it. Okay, you're going to download it here, but let me just show you. These are the SVGs that it comes with, but you find them. There's going to be different folders. OTS is the stuff that you want to install on your computer if you want to use them as text. But if you want to use the SVGs, go to the SVGs folder, and then you're going to find different folders in there. I think I have the pro version, so I have different folders that you won't see, but I'm pretty sure you can see regular. And then you have all the SVGs, which are perfect, by the way. They're beautiful. They're awesome. I recommend you just like checking them out, how they design them. And you can just drag and drop them into Studio, which is awesome. You can just like, for example, the one that I'm using, I already have them here, by the way, but let me just show you. I already have them here. Yeah, sorry. Let me just duplicate them and put them here. So these are the icons that I have. Let me put the one from the heart one. So I'm going to go to solid, and I'm going to go to heart one, heart. And you can just drag and drop it. And it's kind of huge. They're kind of huge. I don't know why. But you can just scale them down to 16 pixels, for example. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. And then you can start using them. And and they're SVG, they're vector, so you can just like edit them if you want to. It's dope. Dope, my friends. I'm telling you. Okay, cool. So so there you go. I have all of these icons, by the way. Again, they are part of Font Awesome, so you can use them too. So now what I'm going to do is just turn these into components. So probably I want to also change the color of them to be this color, the gray color. This is going to be probably my base color for my icons. Let's just change the color of all these fonts. So I'm going to go with the black that we are using. And yeah, let me just make sure that I'm using the same color everywhere. Okay, cool. So I have those, and now I want to turn them into components because I want to use them later again, So all I have to do is just select them, and then go to the components tool here, create component, or Command K, and there you go. Now you're in the component. So I'm going to call this icon and call it home. Home is where I want to be. Okay, so we have our group here. It's our shape. And then something cool that you can do here. Number one, it's that it's probably going to resize if you resize the component. You don't want to do that. So I want to adjust the size of my icons to be 16 by 16. So I just adjust that, and then I center this thing. Probably I actually want this stuff to be 14 pixels. So I resize it to be 14 pixels, and then now it's center on my 16 by 16 grid. I'm going to do the same with all these, by the way. I'm just going to align them, group them, and then I'm going to go all the way down to 14 pixels. That way, I don't have to do that again. And I know all this stuff, you must be like, Pablo, this is boring. Just install some icons and let the icons do it for you. But I will tell you, no, because I like doing this stuff. Email, okay, or envelope. Envelope might be more. You don't tell me what to do. You don't tell me what to do. Okay, let's change this to 16 by 16. 16 by 16, and then let's center this little guy. Let's put it in the center, and let's make it into a container, and let's go back. Let's do the same with this guy. Okay, I'm not going to do all of them because I'm pretty sure you're like already bored. I'm just going to do this with the most useful ones. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to save them for later. Later, I'll do that. Let's do this one though. I'm actually going to do it here. So icon, heart. I'm going to go as quick as possible, my friends. How quick can I be? Can I do this in 2 minutes? Is this the challenge? Is this the ultimate challenge? Is that what's going on? Oh man, it's resizing. You don't want that. So what you want to do is actually have it centered here on your pinning. You want it to be centered so it's always floating in the middle. And then you want your container of your component to be 16 by 16. And look at that. It's always center. This is something that I truly, truly love about Studio, that you can use containers. So you can use groups and they will work as any other group in any other design tool, but you can also use containers. And containers, I'm going to show you later how containers work, and you're going to be like, oh my God, that's dope. Okay, I'm going to create a component with this icon and then plus. And I'm going to say that it's in the middle. And I'm going to make my component to be 16 by 16. And there you go. Now all my icons should be, oh my God, what happened here? Something weird. But let's go to my library, and just to start, we can start inserting these guys. Something weird happened there with the home icon. Hopefully, oof, oh my God, let's edit the master. What's going on, my friend? This is not how what I was expecting. Why would you do that to me? Why? There you go. That's good. It's okay, I think. Okay, we're missing one of these icons. Let's go with the plus one. Now we have it. Now, something that is pretty cool about components is that you can change the color and context. So let me just create this section over here. Icons. And then, So yeah, you can change this in context, and for example, right now they all have that same color, but if you wanted to, you could say, hey boy, I want this to be a different color. For example, my primary color. And you can just change it here. You don't need to do any masking or any weird stuff like that. You just change it there. No! Oh my God. Oh, you gotta be careful with that stuff. You don't want that to happen to you. Do not let that happen to you, okay? Take care of your icons so they're perfect. Don't make the same mistakes that I make. Okay, learn from me. Learn from me, my friends. Okay, there you go. Anyway, you get the idea. You can change this in context, and your component will still remain the same. So for example here, let's say that I wanted, I don't know why, but I wanted to edit the master, and I wanted to make this flipped. Let's flip it. And flip it here, and then it flips over here too. But it keeps the color. The color, it's an override. But the shape was changed because my master was changed to be flipped. Okay, let's flip it back. And there you go, it changes there. So it's pretty cool because then you get the power of changing in context, different things that you want to change in context. All right, my friends. All right, my friends. Let me copy this though. No, I have it. Okay, so we have our stuff. We have typography, color, and icons. Let's go ahead and do buttons. Are you excited about buttons? By the way, I didn't show you this. I was supposed to show you this, and I did not show you this. I did a sketch, my friends. I did a sketch. This is a sketch just to help us understand what the hell we're going to do. So I did a sketch previously just to see the stuff that we're going to do. All the cards, the different types of cards, and the buttons. Now I'm remembering because I want to remember what kind of buttons we're going to make. So this just simple button, a button with a label on the left and an icon on the right, button with an icon on the right, icon on the left, and button on the right, and then one that is just icons, Let's do that. Let's do that. So, okay, so buttons, it's so weird that how simple a button can be, right? It's just a rectangle and text. Button. I don't know. Am I weird for thinking it's weird? Just find it weird. It's so simple. Okay, cool. So let's change the color of this guy. So here's the thing. Here's what I was going to tell you about should the colors be symbols too. I think they could, and I think they should if we want to have those colors to be able to change them later easily. So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to make some of these colors, I'm going to turn them into symbols. I'm going to just remove the radius. Then I'm going to say this little guy, I'm going to say that it's color primary. All right. I'm going to say that this guy is color secondary. By the way, I turned this off so I don't go to the master. Done. And then I'm going to say this guy is going to be color dark. And then this guy is going to be color, what should I call it? Disable? Subdued? Subdued. We can change that later. It's okay. And this guy is going to be color. Now I want to change it to gray 1, gray 2, gray 1. And then this guy is going to be gray 3. Color gray 3. Then I'm going to go back over here, and then the one that is called subdued, I'm going to call it gray 2. There you go. Now it's looking good. How we are responsible people. We create components because we want to reuse these things. And if we change our minds later, we don't like the electric blue anymore, it's all good. We can change it in one place and it changes everywhere. The power of components, my friends. Okay, cool. So now that I have that, now I can use this and use it as the background for my button. See? You were like, why, Pablo? Why do we need that? And I could tell you, this is why. This is why. So, okay, let's go to, what do you think? 32? Is 32 enough? I want to say that it's going to be too small. Let's make them chunky. Let's make them big buttons, okay? Probably 40 is too much too. It's okay. Let's go to white. Let's turn this white. Let's also change this to be center aligned. And dun 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 dun. I'm going to get a copyright strike for singing that song. When the night has come. Oh my god. Okay, cool. So now we have, let's change this to label. Label. And we have these two layers. And now we can turn this into a component too. And this will be the button. And it could be just like our button primary. Something also very cool. You can come in here and you can change the corner radius of it. How cool is this? You can say, hey, baby. And it's still the same symbol. I didn't have to make another symbol with a corner radius. I just change it here in context. This is the power of having this, like the ability to change stuff in context, but still use the ability of components. Okay, cool. So I'm going to make this a component. I'm going to call it button primary. I'm going to go to the component master. This is important to actually see that everything is all right. So I want this guy to be sent. Oh, Adam, this is one of the cool things also from Studio, that it detected that it was in the center. So it already pinned it from the left to the right. And then it also center it. So it's always going to be floating in the middle. And then this guy, it's already pinned to the top, left, right, and bottom. So it's smart. It's smart, my friends. I don't have to do anything. I can just go home and be happy. I'm going to change this to background. There you go. So now if I want to make it a little bit smaller or a little bit bigger, it's going to be fine. It's going to be just all right. Look at that. Okay, cool. So that's it. Let's, I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to turn this into, by the way, when you duplicate it, see that? We lose that corner radius. I don't know if that's a bug or is that a feature? I'm going to report it as a bug. I don't think that should be happening, but probably you don't want that and it could be a feature. Okay, now I'm going to actually detach this. Hopefully it works. Let's hope it works. This is a beta. This Studio's in beta, so sometimes some stuff cannot work. So be careful. But it worked, and it's good. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to change this to color secondary. I'm going to change this to the color to the dark color. And there you go, baby. We have our secondary color. Is this too much? I don't know. We can change it later. That's a cool thing. Color secondary. And let's create a component, my friends. Button secondary. Go to components master. I think we don't need this to be a group anymore. And we can change this to be 4 pixels on the corner radius. Did it change? Is it actually? It didn't change. It's not changing. There you go. Now it changed. And now, there you go. Now we have our secondary. You might be wondering, why are you so excited, Pablo? I don't know. I just like doing this stuff. It just makes me happy. You gotta find that stuff that makes you happy and then keep doing it. You know? They always like, what is the purpose of life? Dude, just like find that stuff, you know? Find that stuff that makes you happy and just like keep repeating it until you go insane. Okay, cool. So let's do another button. This one is going to be, should it be gray? Let's keep it gray. We can change it later. But this one is going to be button tertiary. Different people call it different ways. Some of them are flat. Some of them are raised button, primary button. I call it primary, secondary, tertiary. You can call it whatever you want. Okay. It's not really a true rule to that. You gotta discuss this with your team and see like what are the names that, what do we want to call our crap, and then have that discussion, and then you guys will figure it out. You can call it whatever you want. It's all up to you. So it's your stuff, you know. There you go. Now let's change this. The corner radius back to 4. Now we have our buttons. Let's go back. Look at that. It's so pretty. And the cool thing here too is that I can go ahead and change it here in context, my friends. Don't you miss that? Don't you miss that? tertiary. Is that how you pronounce tertiary? Hopefully I'm okay. And there you go. And you want them to be chunkier. It's so good. You can go over here, and instead of 40, you can change it to 48, and now they're chunkier. Look at that. Chunky chunk. Looks like I need to change the corner radius here on the master, not just over there. There you go. So now you have we have our bigger buttons and our smaller buttons. That's pretty cool. I think I like this. Okay, so we have our buttons. Let's keep it like that for now. Probably if we need to change them, we can change it later because they're components, so it's all good. Let's add one more type of icon button. I was going to do one with label and text and icon on the right. Let's just do one of those, and that's it. Okay, let's just do that. But probably you want a more comprehensive system that has all the different variations, you know. And this is actually short on the variations that you could have. You could have also disable buttons when a button is focused, when a button is active, all those stuff, when it's hovered, when it's pressed, all that stuff, you probably want to design it. But the cool thing too is that you can come here and then in context, you can just change the color and say, well, it's a little bit darker and now it's hovered. Anyway, or it's pressed, whatever you want. Let's do one more, just with the icon, okay? Pretty sure you're bored. Hopefully I'm not boring you. And it's okay. If you're bored, you can just turn it off, you know? So good. Nobody is making you be here. You should go and enjoy life. Make something that makes you happy, always, you know? This stuff makes me happy. That's why I'm doing it. But it doesn't mean that it makes you happy. What am I saying? Why am I getting so philosophical here? I don't know. I suppose it's just like me talking to myself and the camera. It's that kind of stuff. You gotta talk because then I don't know. Am I going insane? Is that what's going on? There you go. Look at that. Should we leave more space here? 16 pixels here. 16 pixels here. Let's let me cut it and then paste it here. No. So one of the cool things I was telling you about containers, is that if I align this to the center and to the right, it doesn't align to the center to the right of the artboard. It aligns to the center and the right of the container. So look at this. I aligned here. And align to the center of this container, of the button. Align to the right, and align to the right of the button, not of the artboard. That's one of the main advantages of using containers. And so I'm going to pin it to the left, and I'm going to make it that is floating. And then I'm going to say that it's 16 pixels. So now, and this one is already done. Probably I want it to be. There you go. So now, look at this. How beautiful is that? And it's still not even a component, and it's already working. So now let's call this button primary icon right. Yeah. There you go, baby. There you go. 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 Now you can duplicate this one and then just like move it. Let's do it. Let's do it, Pablo. Come on, you can do it. I'm going to detach the component. I'm going to save the file, by the way. I should be saving my files. Always save your files, my friends. This is still beta, so anything can happen. Gotta be careful, you know. It's pretty reliable, but still, my friend, no. You gotta save your files. I think this one I'm going to leave it at 8 pixels. Yeah. I think this is looking better, not 16. There you go. And then align to the left. This one is already there. So now let's see it. It's working like it's supposed to work. There you go. There you go. Icon left. We got it. We cuts this. We cuts this. There you go. Okay, cool. We have our buttons. I think we need a break. What do you think? We need a little break. I want to see if you have any questions. Please go to the chat and just tell me, hey, I have some questions, Pablo. Bob Ross of UI design moment. a little bit like that. I like to use the file primary and destructive. Yeah, those are the file primary destructive. Destructive, and that's like usually I saw that first on Bootstrap, where they have the different types of buttons: primary, default, destructive. They also have one for info, I think, and they also have one for warning. It's not as severe as destructive. It's like, hey, something might happen. And also I think for success, which is pretty cool, is the thinking of the actions, that what will happen. Yes, so why do you prefer to do this in Vision Studio and not the Sketch app? I've been using Studio for the last 3 months, and I work building with the team building Studio. And to be honest, they're really not paying me to do this, by the way. They're not. I do this because I like doing it, and I usually use my channel on the tools that I use. And I've been using Studio. That's why I'm making videos with Studio. I haven't opened Sketch in a long time, and I have I don't miss it that much. Just like to be able to improve Studio, we have to use Studio. It's actually pretty cool because we design Studio with Studio, and it gets pretty meta. So yeah, it's actually pretty fun. I think it's gotten to a place where we're feeling really good with it. And anyway, a lot of good stuff is coming. I'm really excited about that. I saw your video Patty plugin, but I have a few doubts. Hope you will clear my doubts. I will send it in my email. Okay. Something like Patty or in Vision Studio? No, there's not right now. Asking if there's something like Patty for Vision Studio. Not right now, but coming soon. Oh my God. Oh. If you change the border radius in the bottom master background, will it apply to all buttons? Yes. Wes, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. Okay, cool. Let's go back to our file. Let's go back to see. Okay, let's go to the good stuff, or cards. This is where we're going to be actually designing some really cool stuff with, how do you say it? Using containers. I think you're going to love the kind of stuff that we're going to be able to do. Okay. I need to be organized. Don't you get like a little bit OCD? I'm saying OCD and saying something like very casual. I know that there's people that do suffer really from OCD, and I know it's a very severe thing to have. So I don't say it like that. It's more like a saying, my friends. Okay, cool. So yeah, just like that, color, typography, icons, buttons. How nice is this? How organized are we? We're doing this the right way. Okay, let's do cards, my friends. Let's check those sketches. Those sketches look pretty legit, right? Look at the types of cards that we can make. We're gonna make one with an image on the top, then some headline, some text, and a button, and then another variation of that, but with different actions. One where there's not a lot of text, there's probably an avatar and an action on the right. Big image. Then one that is all image and just a little text on top of the image, and then different variations. It's all fun. It's all good. By the way, what if we add a grid to this artboard? I think it would be good to add a grid. What do you guys think? Let's make this artboard 1200 pixels or 960. Let's make it 960. And then let's add a little grid here. And this is where I was telling you that we're going to be using something called Grid Calculator. This guy over here gives you tells you the different sizes that you could get in different widths of your grid. And by the way, you can do it over here too. I just like seeing it here first because it gives you like an error if it's not correct. And then I'll just transfer these settings over there to Studio. So over here, I'm going to go with 960 is actually pretty good. Now let's do 800. I don't know. 800, my friends. 800, and let's do 12 columns. And let's say that our gutter is going to be 24 pixels and we don't have a margin. There you go. So actually, see, I put 800, but actually with my settings, it's telling me that the closest width will be 792. That's why I like going here, because I say 800, I don't know. And then the calculator will be like, okay. That sounds good, Pablo, but you have to do it at 792. Okay, so 792 sounds good. I'm going to do the 12 columns of the gutter width at 24. Let's go back here. I'm going to click over here, and I'm going to say, instead of auto, I'm going to say 792, just like we're doing over there. And I'm going to say 12 columns, and then I'm going to say that the cutter is, I think it's 24, right? And margin 0. And there you go. And it's centered already. And that's it, baby. We got this. And now we can use this grid to align our stuff. Look at that. Apparently, I didn't align this guy. And then probably we can make this so it aligns with the grid too. That's 106. Let's make all these 106. I know, probably it's not as necessary. And you're like, Pablo, that's not necessary. Why are you doing that? But we need to do this, my friends. We need to. That's why. I'm telling you, it's necessary. Okay. What's going on? Oh, man. Okay. Okay, so apparently it's not 100. Oh, my God. I am an idiot. I'm sorry. It has to be 112. Sorry. These have to be 112. And then the spacing. Oh, we got it. Okay, cool. So I'm sorry. I'm just like playing around with this stuff. It was probably looking much better before. Let's start designing our cards. So a lot of people ask me, how do you get started in UX, Pablo? And I will say, I don't know. I really don't know. It's one of those things that for me, I can tell you how I got started in it. I can tell you different resources that might help you get started. But how do you get started? It's just like up to you, you know. There are different ways. You can learn online. You can go to one of those courses. You can just learn by making, just like doing this kind of stuff. If you find it fun, just like doing, even if it's UI kits. I know it's not user experience. I know it's not that stuff, but it's at the end of the day, you're learning the tools. You're learning to think in systems, to think in things that how things are connected. All that stuff is pretty important at the end of the day. So I will invite you, just like keep making, you know, that's the stuff that is going to make you keep just growing and being better. So that is my advice. Just keep making stuff. But there are ways too. And let me show you this really cool collection that I just saw recently. And it's called this one, Design Notes. So it's designnotes.co. And it has a lot of good stuff here. So you have UI inspiration, and you have different sites with different UI inspiration. Look at that. I use, you can go to Dribbble, Behance, Pinterest, a lot of good stuff here. You can just like favorite the ones that you like. And then also icons. If you want to see a lot of icon sets, you can go over here. Ionicons, that's something that I use for the longest time. Ionicons, it comes in SVG too, and as a font. The non-project, all this stuff is really valuable if you want to know. Also different fonts, and I'm pretty sure some of these are like free, so, or most of them are free, it looks. So it's really good. Font recognition. I use Font Face Ninja, by the way. I use it as this little guy. You click it, and then you can recognize the type of font they're using. They're using apparently the system font. It's pretty cool, and then you can try it out. You can try it out, and then even with different sizes, and you can save it too. Anyway, uh, stock videos, all of this is pretty good. Stock photos, Sunsplash, of course, all of this stuff that is free. This will really get you started. All that stuff that you need to create UI, and also for UX stuff. Like over here, where is the UX stuff? Apparently not a lot of UX stuff. But anyway, all this stuff, I seriously recommend you going over here. Even design news, learning resources. This is going to be that stuff that is going to help you a lot. And by the way, they put my channel too, which I really appreciate it. All the way to the bottom. I don't care. According to Fitz law, it's actually more clickable because it's all the way to the end. But yeah, the future, it's a amazing YouTube channel. Also, design code from Mengto, learn UX. They had a lot of really good courses. What is product design? I think this one is from Envision. Oh no, design better. This one is from Envision. This one is amazing. I don't know, just like check all this stuff, guys. So if you really are serious about this stuff, and even if you are already someone that is like I don't know, like that knows a lot, it's still really good to come back here and just like clicking on these things. And this was made by, it doesn't say, but it was made by one person, another designer that just like collected all the good stuff that he likes. Is it good to do certification course for UX design from Interaction Design Foundation? It's up to you, my friend. How do you learn? What do you need that? Do you think you need that stuff? If you need that stuff, then yeah, because some people need to have that structure and have that responsibility of going to a course to sit down and be with other people. If you need that stuff, then yeah, it's very valuable. If you can learn online, or you can just like someone that is self-motivated and you can push yourself to learn this stuff by yourself, then I will tell you, no, don't waste your money. But it's up to you. It's all up to you, my friend. Okay, cool. Let's go back to cards. What are we doing? That was a good stuff though. Design Notes, recommend. Designnotes.co. Check it out. Okay, let's go back over here. Let's just start creating the first card. This one. I'm going to take a screenshot of this because I don't want the rest of the stuff. Just this. Taking a screenshot. I pasted here my screenshot. Just going to make it small. It's just as a reminder, of the stuff that I need to do. And let's use 3 columns here. And this is going to be my image. And actually, let's check out some images. This is another tool that I really use a lot. It's Unsplash. Unsplash will just has amazing royalty-free photos. So if you haven't checked it out, you can just search for example, architecture, and then you will get really nice photos here. Look at this. How beautiful is this? So I'm going to copy this image. I'm going to paste it here. Here on the fills, I go to the tab. Here's the solid color, gradient, radial gradient. And then you go to this last tab, which is a little mountain here. And then you can just paste your image. The one that well, you can drag and drop one, or you can select one, or you can just paste. Command V. And look at that. How cool is that? So easy. So easy. And then I'm going to create another rectangle. This rectangle is going to be the background of my card. Bum bum ba bum bum. Bum bum ba bum bum. Bum bum ba bum bum. Bum 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 ba bum bum. Going to make this that light gray color. Oh no, this is this light gray color. There you go. Okay, cool. No. The background is going to be light gray color. And my card is going to be white. What do you think of that? What do you think of that, my friend? You like that, huh? A little bit lighter. Doesn't have to be that dark. There you go. Okay, cool. So our first one has a headline and then some text and a button. So we can just go ahead and just copy this stuff. I'm going to copy this stuff and I'm going to copy this stuff. Let's see. Did we make this all too big? I think everything is so big, my friends. Text is so big. Oh my God. We might need to go our base to 14. Let's keep it at 16. Let's make it work, okay? Yeah, this is too big. Sometimes, well, we can make the rest a little bit bigger too. What do you think of that? Let's make this card a little bit bigger too. There you go. Now we put our elements. Let's align it to the left. Then let's give them a little bit of room with 16 pixels. Here. There you go. And then I'm going to make this 4 pixels here. I'm going to make this that is 8 pixels. Apparently the height of this is in a weird pixel. Let's make it 148. 148. Let's see, 8 pixels here. Let's make it the width of this stuff. So now 16 pixels everywhere. And then let's change this to 4 pixels, or the corner radius of our cards is 4 pixels. It's gonna be nice and smooth. We could add a shadow to this too if we wanted to. Just like make it raised and nice, so it's floating and has better contrast with the background. How cool is that? Just a little tiny bit, you know? Don't overdo it. You don't want too much. Just enough to bring it up, you know? And this is optional. You don't need it. It all depends on your style. Okay, cool. So we have our first card, my friends. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Let's change this label to also be the same size. And let's turn this into a container. I'm going to group it. And then once it's a group, I'm going to go over here and say, this is a container, my friend. And then this guy is going to be the size pinned to every side. This guy is going to be pinned to the left, right, and top. These two are going to be pinned to the top, left, and right. And this guy is going to be pinned to the bottom. There you go. Now, if I resize this, it should work. Oh my God. And even if I resize it like this, I can make it a little bit taller. Well, this is looking good. I don't know about you, but I'm liking this. Probably, let's try semi-bold. Let's see how that works. Yeah. And let's try something with real text. So let's actually see what is the... No. Yes, Art Science Museum, my friends, in Singapore. That's beautiful, by the way. Wow. And let's put the name of the artist, Victor Garcia. Let's put the name of the photographer. Of course, you gotta give credit, you know. Garcia with an accent on the I. There you go. Oh man, it's looking good, my friends. Okay, one small change. I think the text on the buttons could be smaller. That's just me. That's just me. I'm going to create another one. I'm going to detach the component. And I'm going to change the text size to be 14. I think it's going to look much better, my friends. Much, much better. Let's change this to create a component button primary small. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. And then I can change it here to button primary small. And I think it looks better. The button is already pretty affordable. You know, the affordance of the button is pretty big. It's just like a big chunky button. It's blue. It's primary. You know, click on me. The text doesn't need to be that big. So that's my thinking there. That's why I'm doing that. And yeah, so okay, so now we can turn this into a symbol, if a component if we wanted to. But I'm actually going to duplicate it, and I'm going to start playing around to create the other ones. So this one, for example, has text, but then it doesn't have an action. It has some little actions here. So we're going to be using the icons. So same as before, but instead of a button, we're going to be using our little icons here. See, now we're using our icons. This is, now they're becoming useful. I'm going to paste them over here. And now that they're pasted here, I can align it to the bottom. Look at that. Oh no, each one of them. Too good to be true. This one also aligned to the bottom. And I love this because it's aligning to, again, it's aligning to the container. It's not aligning to the artboard. The container is acting almost like an artboard, you know? And these guys, I'm going to align it to the bottom. This guy should be aligned to the right. I can just do that. And I'm going to say that it's 16 on the right and 8 pixels here. Only 8 pixels. 16 here and only 8 pixels here. If we don't like it, we can change it. And then I can just make this a little bit smaller. And there you go. It's looking good. Now, you know what? 16 pixels. 16 pixels. 18 pixels. Sorry, only 8 pixels was not looking good, my friends. There you go. All right. All right. We can even make this smaller if we wanted to. That's the beauty of having a grid. Okay. Here it broke. I'm sorry. We broke it. Okay, let's do the next one. Next one is going to be this guy. Just all image, almost all image, my friends. Let's move this guy over here. Let's put these cards over here. Let's move all this content all the way to the left over grid. Align to the left, to the left, to the right. Dum 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 dum. La 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 la. The other day, my girlfriend told me that I sing in the shower. I didn't know. I mean, I know I sing in the shower. I just didn't know that she could hear me. That was very surprising for me. I was very embarrassed. I was really embarrassed. I was like, what? You can hear me? I was truly embarrassed, my friends. So you think that that you're just by yourself, you know? You think you're in the shower and you think it's only you in the world. That's all you. But no, my friends, people are listening. They're listening to us. Okay, I'm going to make this 14. 16 was not working. So we have to change our base to 14. Yeah, no. Nope. 16 was not working, my friends. See, but the cool thing, we can change our minds anytime and we can change it really easily. At least for this one. We need to add another text size that is 14 because this is paragraph small and this one is going to be 14, my friends. We need it. And 14 by 1.5, it's 21. Let's put a 20. Let's put a 22. There you go. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes you gotta change your mind. You gotta add more stuff, and you're never gonna get it right in the beginning. If not, what's the fun? My roommate is here. She might be thinking that I'm just talking by myself. And she will be right. She will be very right. Okay, 40 pixels, the photo here. Let's keep it at 8 pixels here, the separation between those two elements. And there you go. This one should be, yeah, we got it. Okay, cool. So now we don't need this guy. We can make this a little bit smaller. Tres. There you go. Then let's turn this group to container back. And now let's put a photo for this guy. So actually, let's copy this photo. Copy image. And then over here, I can just paste the image of Victor Garcia. There you go. Look at that. Let's see if Victor has more photos. I'm pretty sure that he has pretty cool photos. Damn. Make salsa, not war. I love that. I'm going to copy that image. Victor, thank you so much for your photos. Yo. There you go. Make salsa, not war. I totally agree. We should make very spicy salsa, not war. These are cool photos. So this is, where is this? Let's see what this is. Oh, this is beautiful. This is Singapore. This is so beautiful. Love these things. Okay, let's copy this city image of Singapore too. Let's put it over here. We're almost done, my friends. We are almost done. There you go. It's looking good. We have 3 of our cards ready. Let's zoom a little bit more. We're almost there. We're almost there. It's looking good. I'm really proud of you for being here, doing all this stuff. Seriously, you should be proud of yourselves too, by the way. This is not something that everybody does, you know. It's takes a lot of dedication, you know, to your craft, to your art. No, not art, to the thing that you love. And I think you should be proud of yourself. I know I keep saying that, but I mean it. It's important to keep on learning. I mean that too. And I'm sorry that I'm just doing this. I want it to be perfect, because then you'll be able to use this too. Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool? And now, there you go. Now it's 16 pixels. 1, 2, 16 pixels everywhere. That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. And let's turn this into a group and then a container again. Let's see, 16 pixels. This size, 168. Let's turn this 168 too. There you go. Has to be pixel perfect, my friends. And then we have all these guides that tell us, you know, it's perfect now. I love it. Now I can use it as many times as I want, and I know it will be perfect. That's, you do it once, you do it right, and then you got it. That's it. You gotta invest. Gotta invest a little bit of time in the beginning. Okay, cool. We have those. Now let's, this same one, but now only without the image. No image. I keep saying image, and that sounds horrible. Let's make this a group. Let's move these guys over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's move this guy over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's 16 everywhere. There you go. Now let's turn it into a container. This guy should be pinned to the bottom. And actually, this should be pinned to the bottom too. Just as a container. It's a container pinned to the bottom. These two guys, they're already pinned. So now, if I change the size of this, oh, this should also, the image should be pinned to the bottom. There you go. So now if I change the size of this, look at that. Oh my God. Yeah, let's actually make it the same size as this. So I'll make them the same size. There you go. And now we have this little card here. It's beautiful. Oh man, are you proud of yourselves? I would be very proud of myself if I were you. What am I saying? I'm proud of you. That's what I was trying to say. I'm proud of you for being here and learning. Okay, cool. Let's do another one with avatar like this. We're going to actually be reusing the same elements. I think it will be good to just like same stuff, same elements, just like realign them in a different way, you know? So now, for example, these two guys, we're going to center align them. This guy, instead of at 40 pixels, we can go all the way to 96, I think. Well, probably not 96, probably 88, 80 pixels. 80 pixels, then this could be the name. Now it's about him. So it's Victor Garcia. Dope photographer. That's his title, you know. It's a very realistic title right there. Change this to be 24 pixels should be good. Also, this should be probably 24 pixels too. There you go, 24 pixels. It's centered. Let's what else did we add there? Oh, let's add a couple of actions. That'll be cool. And then we have these little things here, so we can reuse those. So now we can say, hey boy, what do you think? What do you say? Let's save this file, by the way. I don't know if it's going to fail. Hopefully it doesn't. What do you say if we have one that it says follow? So we have it like this. And we can change the size of this to 14. Again, I think 14 works much better for these sizes. And then this one, so I'll just change it to 14. And let's say that this one is, what should this one be? This one should be message. And we can change the icon to be the icon, what was it, envelope? Yeah, envelope. There you go. And then we can change the color to be white. White. Change it to be white. We're almost there, my friends. We're almost there. Oh my God. I'm going to detach this. I'm going to detach this component. And then I'm going to change the color of this to be color gray one, you know? Then this should be this, and then this should be this. There you go, because you haven't followed that person. And we can actually even go and do this. We gotta change this email. There you go. That's much better. Now it fits. Let's change it to 100. And oh my God, what happened? No. Oh man. 110. There you go. No, 196. 96 pixels sounds good. There you go. 96 pixels. And now we center these little guys. Yeah. We got it. Sorry, I was just like a little bit worried. This should have been the icon on the right. Anyway, you change it on your side. You get the idea. Let's make this into a container. Turn this into a container. Now that it's a container, probably want this to be center. Or no, actually, it was nice. It was good. We probably want this to be center. These guys should be in the bottom and also centered. Or no, we can actually make them yeah, let's see what happens if I do that. Yeah, there you go. And if I make them a little bit smaller, shit is gonna break. Yeah, no, I don't want that. I want it to be just floating. That's going to be better. Much better. Yeah, there you go. Look at that, my friend. A little dance. Gotta do a little dance, you know? Gotta celebrate those little moments. It's very important to celebrate, to say, you did good. Very important to do that. Do that to yourself. Just like be cool to yourself. Sometimes we forget that, you know? We forget that we need that appreciation from ourselves too. We need to tell ourselves thank you. We need to tell ourselves, hey, I like that. I like what you just did there. That was cool. We do it to other people. Why not do it to ourselves? I know it sounds like crazy, but no, it's important. God, like, take care of yourselves. Okay, cool. We got that. We got that. Almost done. Okay, so we're missing uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Let's just do one more, okay? One more and we're finished, because it's been a long time, my friends. It's been a very long time. And again, I thank you so much for being here. Let's do this one. This one is fun. I think it's important to actually do that one because it's so different. This one, I'm going to actually just duplicate this, and I'm going to reuse the elements here. So I'm going to turn into a group first. That way I can just like start moving the elements around. I'm going to remove this little guy, and I'm going to actually use that this one. I'm going to copy that style. I'm going to paste that style here. I'm going to change all these guys to white. You're going to see, you're going to be like, what? And then I'm going to copy, well, I'm going to delete this guy. We don't need it anymore. I'm going to change this to be an image. So let's use a different image, okay? Different image. Victor, muchas gracias. Thank you so much for your photos. Let's use a different photo now. I like this one. Let's use this guy with his Minolta Ben Weber. That name sounds familiar. I don't know why. Ben, thank you so much. Now you are in the YouTube channel. So Ben Weber. Minolta hipster. Minolta hipster. There you go. Oh man, I can barely see. See, and that's important, that we are able to know that there's not enough contrast there. So we probably want to change that, and we're going to be able to do that in a little bit. So this should be 216 pixels. A lot of this is just aligning stuff, you know, it's just like putting the stuff in order in the right place where they're supposed to be. But once things fall into place, it's magical. Then you're like, oh man, I love doing what I'm doing. That's where you tell yourself. Well, that's what I tell myself. I'm lucky. I feel lucky to be able to do this stuff. Okay, let's change this to 14. What's going on with this? Oh, I see what's going on. There you go. There you go. Okay, cool. So I have this text and it's white, and sometimes it might not have enough contrast. Right here, we're seeing it. It's really hard to read the title and the text on top of a photo. That sometimes the photos will have a clear, they'll have white, you know. So you cannot put white on top of white, because then it's not gonna be able. People aren't gonna be able to read that stuff. So a cool trick is to add a little overlay on top of your image, and that will guarantee there's always enough contrast between your text and your background. So to do that here in Studio, to just mimic that, you can just add another fill. So you just add another fill. You can just like add just one black fill, for example, that is at, let's say, 30% opacity. But then that watches your image. You know, you want part of your image to still see all the full colors and not be dark. So another cool trick is to add an overlay with a gradient. So this way now, your gradient, it goes from black to black, also black to black. Both colors are black from one point to the other, but one of them, this one is set, this one over here, we put it at 50% opacity, and then the one all the way to the top, we change it to 0% opacity. That way, you can still see some of the colors in your image, and you can see the vibrancy in it. You can even just change also the gradient to be a little bit lower. And now all of this is going to be clear of that gradient. So it's going to be, the image is going to feel more alive. And at the same time, you're still going to keep that contrast with your text. So it's a cool trick. I always use it, and I always recommend it. And it's not hard to recreate on CSS either. You just have the image, and then you have a CSS, a gradient created on CSS on top of that, both backgrounds, and you're good, baby. You're good. Or you can have two different divs. I don't know. Just ask your dev to tell you how they want to do it. And let's test it. Let's see. It's working great. Look at that. Let's test our other stuff too. Let's see that it's working. It's working. Oh man, look at this. It's working, my friends. It is working. Okay, so I'm going to save this file, and I'm going to add the link to it here in the description. You can just grab it if you want to. All this stuff. And by the way, I would love to see what you create with this. You know, what is your UI kit? How is your UI kit looking? I would love to see that. I think other people would love to see that too. And yeah, that's it. Let's see if you have any questions on the chat. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, what is better, Sketch or InVision Studio? Well, I'm biased and I'm going to say Studio, but I would say is the tool that you want. It's really not about the tool, my friend. It's about what you make with it. So it's really the one that you get more used to. I would say give Studio a try. It's still in beta, but give it a try. It has a lot of really cool animation stuff that it just blows my mind. But also has all the design stuff, and the component libraries is pretty powerful. I recommend Studio because I work at Studio and I know all the stuff that we're creating, and I think it's gonna blow your minds. But it's all up to you. So rule for the padding to be multiple by X, you have 8 pixels. Claudia Tam is asking if there's a way to do super nudges instead of 10 pixels, which is the default, to change it to 8 pixels. That way, every time you do a super nudge, instead of being 10, it's 8 pixels, 16 pixels, 24, 32. Not yet. We're going to add a setting for that. But no, right now, I don't know if you saw me, but I was super nudge, 10 pixels, and then moving 2 pixels because now it's 8 pixels. I was having to do that, but hopefully soon we're going to be changing that. I'm going to change my view so you can see my giant face. Hi. I'm going to go back to the questions. Was that Dan skull? It was the Mexican robot. I'm sorry, I don't know. It's 8 a.m. in Moscow. Man. Thank you so much. Again, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. It sounds like your name must sound beautiful, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Could you make a video about grids? I will try. Yes, that's an awesome. Today is about to finish. Well, thank you so much. This is it. Love you for being here. At some places it's the morning, some places it's at night. I really, really appreciate it. And that's it. So Ivan, sorry. Yeah, sometimes it's a tutorial about 8-grid system for web and mobile. I'll try, Harish. Okay, thank you so much. I will add a link. Hold on. Actually, let me add a link to that stuff. right here. Wow, I have so much crap, dude. So much crap. Copy Dropbox link. Let me add it here. So if you just want to download this stuff, you can download it right there. I just put a link there. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Raheem. Everyone that is visiting from everywhere. Un besote, un abrazote. Bonjour. Bonjour. Merci. Bye bye. Thank you. Hasta la próxima, ¿ok? Un beso.